Welcome, guys. Crazy Eddie and Ed Matteo Jr. here on YouTube. And tonight, we are making vegetarian or veggie, whichever you prefer, nachos. So, sit back, get your bibs out, put on your nacho eating clothes, join me, bring along a cup of coffee, and let's make my crazy veggie nacho. Alright, guys, well, our first step is I like to go ahead and get our can of, we use in this case our Goya organic black beans. And we open this puppy up. And we pour the can right in the pot here. Okay. So you get all those luscious beans out of there. And if you're married, sleep in the guest room tonight. Put that on medium high till it gets sizzling and boiling. And that's the first step. Alright, guys, and the next step is we get our plates out. We're going with our Tostillos Cantina thin and crispy chips. What I like to do is I just pour a nice helping out onto the plates. Now, if you notice, I'm usually preparing for two. I had some people ask me, are they both for you? Well, sometimes they are. All right, so here we go. We got a nice plate of tortilla chips. Okay, we got our tortilla chips plated, and our beans are coming to a nice boil. I like to stir them up just a little bit with a little wooden spoon. Nice and ready. And that's our real hot substance. That's going to help melt the cheese and everything down for us. Alright, folks, and then for our next step, so we got the tortilla chips out here. And we're going to use a little bit of Sargento 4-cheese Mexican reduced fat. And what I like to do with that is we sprinkle a little bit on top of our chips, like so. Okay. Nice helping to coat all of the chips. And then after we get the cheese put on there, we get our hot piping black beans, and we spread that on top of the chips with the cheese, because the hot beans are the hot ingredient in this meal, and that will melt all that luxurious cheese you have on there just right. So we get all that in there like so. Again, a lot of times, sometimes I put ground turkey or ground beef, but we're going vegetarian today. We've been doing a lot of beef lately, so we figured we'll make it a little bit healthier. And then after you get the beans poured on, I like to go with our organics. We use chunky salsa. And I put a little bit on top of that. Now the salsa is going to come back into play again in this dish, but I just like to put a little bit on top of the beans. The layers are very important in this dish, folks. Very important. You want to have the layering properly done for the taste buds. It's essential. Salsa. Next step, we're going to go with some iceberg shredded lettuce. I like to sprinkle around the top. Okay. Iceberg lettuce there. And then after we get our iceberg lettuce, we grab some fresh chopped tomatoes or tomatoes. You say tomato, I say tomato. You say potato, I say potato. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato. Let's call the whole thing on. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, so here we go. So we're putting our fresh tomatoes sprinkled on top for these vegetarian nachos. And then after that's done, like I told you earlier, back into play. We're coming back with that salsa. We're just going to put a little bit more of that salsa around, like so. Okay. And then we're using holy avocado. And we get the little individual packs. This way it doesn't turn brown on you, because if you open up a big thick container of this stuff and put it in the fridge, it's going to go brown. So we scoop this up. And what I like to do is I like to put a whole big pop right in the middle, because you can get your chips and dip into that as you go around. Okay? So we do that 2 times this evening. In your case, you'll be doing it 1 time, or 2 times, or 3 times, or 4 times. It all depends how many people you're cooking for. I used to do these in the oven, but it's a lot better this way because it's a single serving. You don't keep going back and back and back, and sometimes you burn the chip. Okay, and the final stage of this dish is we put a little bit of sour cream. Again, we're using a light sour cream. And I do the same thing with this. I put a nice big dip right next to the guacamole there. Okay? And then after we do that, I get 2 chips. Put them on the top. And folks, here's your final presentation with our veggie nachos. And most importantly, let's give it a taste. Yeah, I see more. May I say more? I'm in Mexico right now. Thanks for joining me. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button. This is Crazy Eddie, and until the next video,